I was going to shower for you. I was going to beautify, do my ablutions, and then I get a message saying, "You're supposed to be on the radio, you lanky." So here I am. Sorry about that, chaps. I mean, it's probably, like if you're like me, you've probably had those anxiety dreams since you were a kid. Sort of, I always used to have this recurring one of trying to get to an exam, and I could hear the bell of the school ringing, and somehow my trousers had fallen off.
Oh. Wow.
I didn't know. And ironically, when I did finally do my history exam, that's exactly what happened.
Oh, really? And did it help you get a better grade, or did it?
It did, yeah. Got an A. Thanks, guys.
Perfect. Yeah, that's one way to do it. It's a great lesson for kids listening this morning. Yeah. Genuinely, Stephen, I'm not joking when I mentioned earlier you were going to regret staying on after 9 o'clock, because I like to always play a fun game when I get people onto Radio X, and we kicked around some idea. Even Stevens. It wasn't a great game, I'll be honest. Christopher Walken, we were talking walking on a dream.
That was it.
Walking in the air.
That was you jumping out of a window.
That was me jumping out of a window doing an impression of Christopher Walken, actually.
Yes.
I'm falling. It's dangerous. It's crazy. Stuff like that, Stephen.
That's a very good impression. That's terrific.
Stephen, he's done that all morning as well, which
that's really
lovely.
good, though. I wish I could do an impression. That would make my anecdotes a lot funnier if I could do it. Maybe you could come round with me as a sort of payback for me hanging around for these extra 5 minutes. But I love the fact that you approach your quizzes by just thinking of a pun and then building the quiz around that.
Yeah, I kind of back analogue from there, really.
Yeah.
However, we have genuinely settled on a game, and will you please play it with me, Stephen?
Sure.
So again, we started on the Merchant of Venice. Then I got to the Merchant of Tennis. And now, please, Stephen, join me as we play for the first and last time on national radio a game that I like to call the Merchant or Tennis. And it's a very, very simple game, Stephen. I have got 8 names in front of me. Yes, there's that many. And you will have to tell me whether this is the name of a tennis player in the top 100 or a merchant that we found on LinkedIn. Very, very simple game. It's merchant or tennis. Stephen, are you as excited as I am?
So angry.
Well, you've chosen the right guy, I suppose, because I don't know anything about tennis.
Perfect.
So, but also I'm not on LinkedIn. So either way, I'm a loser in this, game.
Or a winner. And I'll leave that up to the audience to judge. Stephen Merchant, Tommy Paul, is he a merchant or tennis?
Tommy Paul. It's Tommy Paul now, moving on to centre court. Let me just use my method.
Please do.
Tommy Paul coming on to centre court now, or Tommy Paul, greengrocer. I feel like he's probably, he probably has a veg stall somewhere. I don't know if they are on LinkedIn, grocers. I imagine Greg Wallace is. So I'm going to go with. I think he's a merchant.
I could tell you that Tommy Paul. He's number 54 ranked in the world US tennis player, Tommy Paul. Yeah, there probably is a greengrocer called Tommy Paul.
I imagine somewhere there will be
right now. Yeah. Next up for you, I have got David Morris.
Wow, these all sound like they're sort of running kind of small businesses. David Morris. Oh, blimey. I mean, that is... do you know what? It's 50-50. And I'm going to say that David Morris runs a used car dealership in the sort of Midlands.
Well, I can tell you, merchant or tennis, David Morris is a merchant.
He's actually, do you know what kind of merchant?
He's the IT director of Cost Cutter Supermarkets.
I was in the ballpark. I thought he might be in middle management.
Yeah, and you were spot on. Do you know what's happening? This happens every time I do one of these stupid games. It's admittedly awful, but then once they start playing, Stephen starts thinking about it.
Absolutely.
Going, is he a merchant or is it? And here we are, and that is the beauty.
Listen, when I was on X, as you may know, as a DJ for years, and we never won a Sony Gold, so this could be my chance.
Don't worry, Stephen, we're going to that party together. Ben Taylor. Merchant or tennis? Ben Taylor.
Ben Taylor. Now, Ben Taylor, I think that's quite a sort of virile, athletic air about it, Ben Taylor.
Okay.
I could imagine, what racket are you using? Oh, I've just bought a new Ben Taylor. I feel like that. So I think that, I'm going to go with him as a tennis player.
Well, I can tell you that if you have bought a Ben Taylor tennis racket, it's completely worthless because he's head of development agency at Savills Bristol, close to home, actually.
Dang it.
He'll be livid. He'll be absolutely livid. What about Fabio Fognini?
All right, well, Fabio, you've made that up. I mean, that guy, he doesn't exist. He's what's his name again?
Fabio Fognini.
Fabio Fognini. We had a joke in the office about how David Brent had bought a sort of knockoff Italian designer jacket called it was by Sergio Giorgini.
Sergio Giorgini,
and
exactly.
this does feel.
Yeah.
What's his name again? Fabio what?
Fognini.
I don't know why I think if I get the last name right that somehow that'll help.
There's clues are there. Probably.
Fabio Fognini. I mean, he obviously sounds like an Italian tennis player. I mean, that's sometimes you've just got to go with the obvious, and I will go with the obvious there. Tennis.
Well, I can tell you that Fabio. Oh yeah.
Yes, of course he is.
He's
an absolute stud as well. I mean, that guy. I think he's got a bit of sort of swarthy beard, a bit like yourself.
Yes. Oh,
but I mean, sort of like you, but handsome.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Like, if I'd pursued my tennis career a bit more thoroughly. Exactly. Yeah. Well, correct. Merchant or tennis, and would you believe it or not, we've only just got halfway through.
Really?
Feel free to cut it short.
Yeah. I'm going to do one more, Stephen. We are going for Steve Wysoliński. Steve Wysoliński.
I mean, again, that's a great tennis name, Steve Wysoliński. Yeah, I mean Steve Wysoliński. I mean, it feels like it has. It feels like it has to be a tennis player because it's a good, cool Euro name. But I think you're playing a trick on me, and I think I'm going to say he's a merchant.
Wow. An absolute U-turn there. Yeah. That was like the coughing major at Millionaire, that. He just absolutely U-turned. Well, I can tell you that Steve Wysoliński works as an officer of product safety at Procter & Gamble.
Well, finally I'm getting the hang of it.
And sadly, just as you're getting into it, Stephen, and tell your face, but you are getting into it. Sadly, that is the end of that game. Stephen Merchant, it's been an absolute pleasure to chat to you. Sorry there was a bit of a miscommunication on the timings and stuff, but Outlaws is out now. The reviews are awesome, mate, so congratulations. You must be very proud and lovely to see you. I'll let you get back to your spare half an hour.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. Sorry for being late, but I'll have some people fired.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Radio X.